Assalamu alaikum viewers and welcome back to my channel Lubna Scholars. This video is about Pearl Harbor, which is a pivotal movement in the US history, making the catalyst for Americans' entry in the World War II. On December 7, 1941, the Japanese Imperial Navy launched a surprise military strike on the US naval base at Pearl Harbor, Hawaii. The attack resulted in significant losses, including the destruction of battleships and the death of more than 2,400 Americans. This event shifted public opinion in the US and led to President Franklin D. Roosevelt's famous declaration of December 7th as a date which will live in a family. Now we will talk about some unknown facts. Number 1. The attack could have been predicted. There were several warnings leading up to the attack, including broken Japanese codes and sightings of submarines near Pearl Harbor. However, these signals were either misinterpreted or disregarded as routine. Number 2. Many submarines were used. Along with the aerial assault, Japan deployed 5 major submarines to infiltrate the harbor. 4 of these subs were sunk, and one was captured by US forces before it could launch any significant attack. This was the first Japanese prisoners of war taken by the US during World War II. The third wave was never launched. After 2 waves of attacks, Japan had a third wave prepared. However, Admiral Negumo, the Japanese commander, called off the final strike. This decision spared vital American infrastructure like oil storage facilities, which could have further crippled the Pacific Fleet's recovery efforts. Number 4. The USS Arizona still leaks oil. Known as the Black Tears of the Arizona, oil continues to leak from the sunken battleship to this date. It's estimated that over 2.3 quarts of oil leak daily, forming a symbolic reminder of this tragedy. Fifth, few aircrafts were ready. Despite being an important military installation, only a handful of American aircraft were operational and able to take off during the attack. Pilots scrambled to respond, but they were largely unprepared due to the surprise nature of the assault. Next, the attack was part of a larger Japanese strategy. Pearl Harbor was just one part of Japan's broader strategy to dominate the Pacific. On the same day, Japanese forces also attacked British territories in Southeast Asia, including Hong Kong and Malaya, as well as US outposts in the Philippines, Guam, and Wake Island. Next, Hawaiian civilians were also casualties. While most of the focus was on military losses, many Hawaiian civilians were caught in the crossfire. Japanese bombs and gunfire struck homes, schools, and businesses. More than 60 civilians were killed and hundreds were injured during the attack. Hawaii was placed under martial law. Following the attack, Hawaii was placed under martial law, which remained in place until October 1944. Civilian courts were closed and many authorities took over government functions. The period was marked by curfew, blackouts, and strict controls on communication. Next, the attack was originally planned for a different day. The Pearl Harbor attack was initially set for December 8, 1941, but it was moved up to December 7 to account for time zone differences and to maintain the element of surprise. The change ensured that the attack took place in the early morning hours in Hawaii. Next, the radar warning was dismissed. Just before the attack, a newly installed radar station on Oahu detected a large group of aircraft approaching the island. The radar operations reported the sightings, but their warning was dismissed as incoming B 17 bombers that were scheduled to arrive from the mainland. The critical mistake allowed the Japanese plan to approach Pearl Harbor undetected. The attack on Pearl Harbor marked a turning point in history, dragging the US into the global conflict of World War II. The bravery shown by these defending the base alongside the lessons learned about intelligence and preparedness reshaped the US military strategy. Pearl Harbor also left a profound cultural impact, with the event still commemorated annually to honor the lives lost. The long term effects of the attack contributed to the eventual defeat of the Axis power and helped to define America's role as a global superpower in the post war world. The combination of unknown factors and errors in judgment contributed to the devastation but also served as critical lessons for future military engagements.